Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Xuan Yuan Sword 7 on Mysterious JG. It's kind of weird, I actually haven't used the PS4 since the last time I was playing, so the PS4 has been in like sleep mode here, but it's been a week since I've recorded, and now I was going to skip a bunch of walking back, wasn't I? Well, we see how that went. Well, the first thing, as soon as we entered the video, I immediately realized, oh shit, I backtracked all sorts of distance. Sorry guys. Alright, well, let's enjoy this time together. This is backtracking time. Or it's not backtracking now. Now it's getting back to where we were supposed to be, but... to get back to our real goal in this game, which is to play chess in Xiaoping. Now the question is, am I getting further away or closer? Oh, well, I think we've established the zombies are still around in this place. I've also established that I forgot my button does what. Okay, so the zombies are back. Oh yes, siree. The whole point of this sequence was to free this zone of zombies, but now we know that didn't happen. Because they are regular recurring enemies, and we have to be able to grind against them, so... Is this, I thought for a minute this might be a save point, but it's not. Okay. But yeah, now we know that the zombies are back. Oh yes, siree. And, can't reveal in dungeons. So I don't really understand why they make it so that you can't map in the dungeons. I mean, you can sort of manually map, I suppose. I can't tell if I'm going forward or backwards in this dungeon either, which is not that helpful. So I can't tell if this is the... I mean, when I get out here, will we be outside of what's considered the dungeon? This is the camp. I think I went backwards. Oh, good grief. Well, this session is beginning as the last one ended, with me kind of lost and wasting a lot of time. The game could really use a run function. It does not have a run function as far as I know. It has a switch, it has sort of a switch stance function. So now we're in the wolf stance. I guess this is where we fought that boss? Which suggests this is the way out. Yeah. This seems like the way out. Okay. So right now the story is we came to find the Moas, and the Moas were all dead except for this one Moas who just happens to be the girl that we knew when we were a little kid. So that seems like a kind of convenient coincidence, but it is what it is. We can't... I'm beginning to think we're never going to be able to play as anybody except for Taishi Zhao, but these other party members still should make our lives slightly easier. Like, I don't think we can switch and play as GZ Zhao. No, that's not her name, that's her weapon. She's Chu Hong. Here she is, everyone. Chu Huang has arrived. Whatever our Heart of Chess. Maybe I should end the game. One day I might defeat Brother. Wouldn't that be funny? Yeah, hilarious. Well, whatever the new thing was for us to find in the journal, I seem to have already... Because it was lit up yellow like there was new stuff, but now there isn't, so I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting to play a game from Taiwan about Chinese history. Usually you're playing Japanese games about Chinese history. Occasionally you get an American game about Chinese history. But there are some rough edges on this game, I would say that. But anyway, this cave appears to be progression. We got a nice clear indication that we're supposed to be going deeper into this cave per these red marks. Something over there to the left we can interact with, but the Shangmo camp cannot reveal done. Okay, we still can't reveal. Oh. I'd like to have a better idea what my options are before I go up there. That is a way to get across the chasm, but I've also just got what seems to be a pretty straightforward path. Which led me to a clockwork shard and some Xuan. But perhaps this is just a place that you can land if you fail. And now I don't even see how to get back up. Sigh. I mean, we can see the floor below. Maybe in this game, if there is a floor below, falling doesn't kill you. But it sure seems like it would break every bone in your body to fall that far. Instead, that just looks to be a way back up. Doesn't really seem to be a way to crawl across. So I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to assume that's a way to get back up if you need to. Trying to keep my eyes open for little side loots and treasures, but don't want to slow things down too much. Because they just kind of put these little frog shrines in little nooks and crannies, and if you don't get them, you miss recipes, which you could then use a fact to manually recreate, so it's really not the end of the world, but eh. Oh, and there's actual frogs, according to the background sound, so there's got to be a frog shrine here in a place that's legit. It's got legit frogs. Hey, and we've officially left the Shangmo camp, which will apparently always be considered a dungeon. Much as these ruins will always be considered a dungeon. Whatever else happens. Okay, I need to recenter. Yeah, okay, Shangmo camp. Oh! We're gonna end up right back at the village. Interesting. But stupid. So we just went on a big old circular trip here. So somewhere down here is where the story will be taking us in the long run, because this is our next side quest objective. So this gate, which has always been closed to us for there's no story reason. It's just, this gate's closed. Now the story wants us to go down here, and we will be able to. Gotcha. So it might not be worth searching that hard for a frog shrine if we've... But I'm pretty sure we couldn't get here before, where this connecting territory probably wasn't actually available before. And here we can see... He's brothers. Yeah, and we ended up with some asshole trying to murder me with like poison mushroom smokes. Pretty crappy, actually. Hey, but you know, things are tough all over. I can't blame that guy for trying to murder me. I might have tried to murder me too if I weren't me. Alright, well, frog noises maybe don't always indicate frog shrines. Now that I've established that that water is the end of the world in either direction, I feel like I've searched at the places a frog shrine would be. And I'm under the impression that the handful of people watching this are JG fans interested in a game that they haven't seen played elsewhere. So I haven't gotten anyone in the comments giving me like, hey, I'm super familiar with this game, and here are the things you're doing. Like, that hasn't happened so far. Everyone who's watching along seems to know as little about the game as I do. So hopefully, so that probably means that I won't. If I missed a frog shrine, it will not be revealed. And now I don't even have to worry about it because I found a frog shrine. Healing, soul of healing times what? Well, I don't suppose I need to worry about missing it because we can just go straight to the inventory and see. Soul of healing, killing an enemy recovers 6 health. Mobster bandana, and Nephrite. That's Nephrite's face. That actually could be kind of neat. And Yushui. So she asked a ridiculously high price for its sigil, blah blah blah. Yushui is surrounded by rich cropland. That is why the granary was set up here. Now that it's governed by the beloved General Wenshu, refugees and homeless people are migrating here from all across the region. I hope they can make a life for themselves here. You would fit very poorly into the modern Republican Party with that attitude. Refugees have come to this place because of its rich farmland. They are rapists and murderers, and I suppose some of them are good people. I've kind of, yeah, I was saying the same about, like, my Facebook and stuff. Like, until the last couple of years, I tried to stay away from politics, and I'm like, I don't fucking care anymore. I should try harder when doing recordings with other people who might be trying to expand their audiences. We made a political, for no real good reason statement. Just in joking context, but on something I was doing with Lethal, and I felt bad, because I was like, well, Lethal might actually want people to watch these videos and build up the audience on his stream, potentially. It's not like he's making a living off of it, but I think he does. Well, whatever. But anyway, here's where the story wants us to go, so let's go here. Can you spare some more, please, sir? Please, sir. Here's more. Are you the merchant? Is that why? Take it or leave it. Hey, kid, not dead yet, eh? I honestly feel like I would be more into this game as an LP, as stupid a reason as this is. The fact that I'm not getting to voice act anybody is cutting into my ability to enjoy the goofiness of the game. Because this guy would definitely be... Take it or leave it. It's like...
要玩
need
什
to
么
see
快
that
说。
dialogue. Just buy something already. You're not getting a discount this time since the general ain't here, eh?
不会再给你折价了。
Is our friend dressed in red gonna kick him in the nuts?
不知老丈可曾见过类似的物事？
没有。何浩说他的东西可都卖给你了。
Well, then he lied.
胡说。
那何浩所偷走的，是我师门的收藏，
Yeah, this
还
guy's
请
a
老丈
jerk.
成全。
你说是就是了，谁知道呢？
这
不卖，你们走吧。不卖，那就是有了。
He's not particularly good at covering it up.
我说不卖。
I guess that's why. He's like, I'm not giving it to you. I don't care that you know I
就是不
have
卖
it.
也无妨，只要借我观看研究一番即可。
你想干什么？
So I can shove it up your ass.
修好它。
那好吧，只能看看。
多谢。
No, I'm gonna fix your wagon.
子虚，抱歉，这枚零件破损的更严重，没有办法修复。
Yours sucks.
辛苦你了。老丈，请问还有类似的零件吗？哟，原来真是个懂行的，看不出来呀。
No, you're a bunch of clockwork addicts, eh?
这
First
种
one's free,
零件
kid.
自然还有。那不但有，而且还很多，就只怕你们没能力去拿。这是何意？
Oh, he wants us to be the new
像
Mr.
何浩
Han.
那样入山取
Or
宝
hey, Mr. Man, or whatever. Hey, how,
不
yeah.
做那不告而取的勾当。放心，都是无主之物。进山取宝，出山，就这么简单。
Why? Unless he thinks we're gonna give them to him, why is he telling us about that?
路上有妖魔，还有守御的机关。我这个人胆小，怕死。
At least he's being straight with us now.
这对你又有何好处？
Yeah.
若你有多的机关零件卖我，我自有用处。如
Well,
何
we？just established that it's like sacred to
就去走一遭吧。
Kui Lang or whatever her name is.
先到鹿灵山碰头，到时候再跟你说。
Yeah, it is a little weird that he's helping us, this guy.
若是先告诉你，你取了宝贝
Because
宝
we haven't made a
我
deal
倒
with
是
him to
有权
give him anything that we
好吧
find there.
告辞。慢。如今鹿灵山瘟疫肆虐，情况严重，
Black
圣中将军早已下令封山。你若要进去，得想点办法。那你呢？我自有办法，只是带不了其他人。好，
I can't bring
鹿灵
ladies
山
in
见。
there. But if we have plans to get us there,
没办法，只好去找文书了。
take it or leave it. Yeah, this guy's a jerk. But he has advanced the story, and oh, well, that gate doesn't appear to be there anymore. But the story wants us to come here, so probably we can go down here, but we'll hit some kind of plot block if we don't come up here. And I don't have the patience to. I'm not going out of my way to sequence break this. I'm not interested enough in the story to see what happens when you try to avoid it. However, I'm having a hard time with the character names. I know that it's Taishi, and I keep forgetting. I know this is terrible. I keep forgetting who is Taishi Zhao and who is Taishi Zhang. Because I've also seen both of those as... I'm not... There's a difference between ignorance and stupidity, and neither of them always comes with malice. I don't have a lot of familiarity with Chinese names, and I've seen both Zhao and Jiang, which I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing either of them right. I've seen both of those as family names. Zhou for sure. Zhao, or maybe not. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I get confused because of, you know, the way that sometimes they're written sometimes they're written out with the individual name first and then the family name, and other times they're not. It depends on whether it's they will switch it around for Western audiences, and then when you see it not switched around for Western audiences, you get more confused than ever. But Chu Hong, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to remember her name. She hasn't been at the party that long. But Chu Hong. Here I am, everyone. Chu Hong. has arrived. Let's see. Dynasty Warriors 5. Still my favorite Dynasty Warriors game. First one I ever played, Dynasty Warriors 5. Features Xuan. The guy who has a turban. He doesn't really have a personality or a story, other than he works for Cao Cao and he talks about might. And I guess there's a few points which implied that he was friends with Xuan Yuan. But his biggest line is, "Here I am, everyone. Zhu Huang has arrived." Alright, so I'm sure that you're fascinated to hear about that. While we're here, let's take a quick look at the old Elysium. We need Silken Jedi to get the armor workshop any higher. Story is going to take care of the fusion lab for us. Jedi is holding us back, which is surprising. And as I should have expected, yeah, they start putting the word clockwork. Now we've got clockwork. A clockwork box is going to be different from a clockwork piece, which is going to be different from a clockwork bolt, which would be different from a clockwork widget. So, yeah. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to... Well, hey, we'll take a quick look at the martial arts. Lowest Blade of Slaughter, Clockwork Owl. See, she doesn't really have anything else she could be equipping instead, as I understand it. The wolf stance is... Oh, now we've got the bear stance. Alright, let's keep working on the wolf stance because I got more stuff to power it up. But now we got the harnessed souls. Soul of Malevolence, increased attack. Right now I've got wolf stance boosting thing, damage resistance boosting thing, wolf boosting thing, wolf boosting thing, and she's got absorb burning damage. This isn't actually where I meant to go. Where I meant to go is to Fusion Lab, because we will use the new recipe to make a Soul of Healing. Because we've got plenty of both ingredients. And Soul of Purity can only be level 1. Soul of Healing. Yeah, so I've got everything maxed out, even the stuff I'm not using. Hardened leather. Clockwork shard. Inferior clockwork component. Common clockwork. So shards are worse than parts, and then boxes are going to be extra fancy. And suddenly black flame residue seems to be something I've got plenty of. So now we've got a fully leveled up Soul of Healing, which if I ever switch away from the wolf stance and don't want all this wolf stance stuff, would be a good thing to replace one of them with. Plot or optional side dialogue. The plague is the problem.
属下几次拜访，圣公将军皆以疫情肆虐为由，推辞了出兵仪式。战事在即，竟遭此劫。晓得了，蔡阳眼下还未安宁，这事
I will personally go off and leave. You should have talked to me for plot dialogue earlier, because now I'm going to depart. Apparently not. Whoa, and I hopped back to the wrong button.
文叔，别来无恙。
What up, dog?
都好都好。子旭怎么有空来找我？
我们从商山来此，途
途中遇上李军盘查。
By the way, here's a new
他
character
们
you've
四
never
处
met
当
who
网，
has a
通
huge
缉文书
chest.
博生，二位请务必小心。是吗？我等既已揭竿起义，通缉与否便无所谓了。就是不知我和博生的赏金谁要高些。
That is actually kind of a cute question that we're not going to answer.
还有一事，想求文书帮忙。哦。
Are we going to tell him about how we almost got murdered by Mushroom Guy?
需要进鹿林山一趟，但是听闻此刻圣公将军已下令封山。
Oh, your brother, the idiot.
左右寻思想不到办法，只好舔着脸来求文书帮忙。这倒好办。恰巧我亦有事，得去面见圣公。他驻扎于守平一地，子旭到了那儿，我替你引荐。
Oh, never mind. This isn't the same guy. I thought we were about to meet his brother, whom we've already met.
君子已有辅人，能得有如子旭，是我幸。
Friendship helps one virtue. And as the wise bird chooses the tree on which to a branch on which to perch, the wise man serves his master. Never mind. There's a saying, I talk this all the time in RTK, the actual novel, RTK. It's like I called Moby Dick MB. I called The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn TAOHF. But anyway, in RTK, the novel, when somebody is when somebody's trying to convince somebody else to join a force, they will usually say, the wise bird carefully chooses the branch on which to perch, just as a wise man must carefully select the master whom he will serve. And then they'll say something like, please come serve my master, Yuan Shu. And the other person will say, Yuan Shu, what the fuck? He's terrible. Alright, General Shanggong.
方才来时，听文书谈及圣公将军，似乎有些烦恼。
You made him sound like a real jerk.
真是见笑了，还给你们听见那些话。
若我能为文书分忧，也算是报答。
Tell me if I can return the favor of you
便是些军务上的问题罢了，
of overhearing
不
you.
足一提。此番亲居拜访，圣公定能理解，子旭不必挂心。
Okay, so he's not releasing troops that are needed. I think we're going to find... Yeah, so this is suggesting to me we're going to find out General Shanggong is a jerk. That is a guess, based on the fact that so far what we know about him is these guys need troops and he's not releasing them. I'm confused now. Maybe I'll probably find out more through the journal later. I thought this was like a rebellious army fighting the evil oppressor guys. So General Shanggong either A is a government guy who isn't helping them even though the people need assistance, but what I thought was he's part of the rebel army, but he's like the heel character in the rebel army. Objective updated. Wait a second, I thought I was going to get dialogue from that. Apparently not. Okay. Alright, so now the story wants me to go here. And her journal, Tai Chi Jiang's journal, hasn't updated. So maybe we already know who, General Bo Shang. General... And here's the other problem. And I'm not trying to, like I said, there's a difference between ignorance and stupidity. And neither of them always carries malice. I get really confused by Chinese names also because, and this is, I don't know if they still do this. Again, ignorance, not stupidity. I'm just not aware. But back in the day, like Cao Cao's family name was Cao, his personal name was Cao, but they had something called a style name, which was Mengde. And then Liu Bei is another one that's tricky. His family name was Liu, his personal name was Bei, but his style name was Xuan De, which is why in the translation of the novel I read, he's usually referred to as Liu Xuan. Like Xuan, I think is a style name. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. In Dynasty Warriors, he's usually called Liu Bei. He's sometimes in dialogue in the novel called Liu Bei, but usually only by his brothers. And Zhuge Liang is another one. Zhuge is his family name. Liang is his personal name. Kongming is his style name. And with him, the novel doesn't usually call him Zhuge Kongming, but occasionally other characters will call him Zhuge Kongming. The novel calls him Kongming. The Dynasty Warriors games, which ignore the style names because they're just one more level of confusion for even Japanese gamers, not just Western gamers, will get confused by the style name, so they always call him Zhuge Liang. But now this game is Liu Yan, and they keep referring to him as General Bo Sheng. So like, and that Liu Zhui is probably Wen Shu is probably a style name. Bo Sheng is his style name. I'm confused. And now I'm not even sure. Dad and Mom. Who is the Hong? So we still have a character entry on little girl Hong, and now Chu Hong is here, being referred to as Sister Hong. Lady in Green's back is turned. What if she turns out to be like our sister that we didn't know we had? A twin older sister. I'm confused. Which are we talking about? General Bo Sheng? What's our quest right now? You have the general's promise. Leave Yuxi and head to Shuping. These are the side quests. Main quest. Ask Jiadan about the component. Appears to be hiding something. More importantly, the passage to Mount Luin is. You'll have to rely on the help of General Wen Shu to gain access. And now, head to Shoping. And where is Shoping? Because Kaiyang is where his brother is. So I think this is a new character we haven't met. But we can only pray that this becomes a bit clearer next time. And the mysterious JG, cross your fingers this video takes, because I've had... It's this in RTK. Now that I think about it, it's the games set in China that have been causing my recording software to crash. Coincidence? Tune in next time to find out. Except you probably won't find out, because why would you? Bye-bye.